What's up, y'all? Rob Anderson, Clean Power Wash. Happy Friday. Um, I'm not wearing one of my Power Wash shirts. It's kind of cool. We're doing a 4-day work week now. So the guys have been cranking out. We actually had one crew that did 10 grand in work in 4 days. He's actually here this morning, knocking out for about another 2 hours just to finish that out. But 10 grand in a week is phenomenal, and 10 grand in 4 days. Um, but if they hadn't had a little bit of issues one day, we would have been completely fine. But and it's not bomb explosions. We're just near a trash company, and they like to drop heavy stuff all the time. Anyways, so what I wanted to make this video about, one, loving the 4-day work week. It's been great. We're on week 2 of it. Um, Technicians are working longer days, but now they're all off. Me and my ops or production manager Andy are still in here. We've still got our sales team out running quotes. But so far, it's been well received by the technicians. Work 4 days, get a 3-day weekend. Next week, we've got a couple things going on with it that may change out a little bit, or we may have to give them a different day off instead of Friday. But so far, that's been awesome. But guys, I want to talk to you about core values and hiring and everything, and making sure this year, one of the big moves or big focuses for me is working on culture. And we hear that a lot. My previous coach, Michael Gregory, was like, dude, he's like, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to do this. And I was like, why does this really matter? And now that we've done it, it's really helpful to kind of put a thumb on why somebody shouldn't be hired or why somebody should be fired. So our core values are drive, confidence, resilience, and being a team player or teamwork, however you want to look at that. And it's great because when you have those core values, when you figured out what makes you great, why is Andy my main guy? Why is he great? Well, he has those 4 characteristics. He has drive. He has confidence. And he's been resilient and reliable. Reliable is not a good word in my mind, because you can be reliably. You can have somebody who reliably sucks at their job. Rely on them to just show up. They'll be here every day, but they don't do a great job. Or you can count on me to complain every day. That's not the kind of people that we want. And so right now I've gone through a bunch of stuff for interviews for office, and it's been great because had a bunch of people that were clear nose. They didn't have drive. Okay, and if you don't have drive, I really can't fix the other things, because if you don't have that drive to succeed, if you don't have that drive to win, to improve, then you can be complacent. You can be happy with the status quo. You guys that have watched the channel know that I have a lot of drive. We've been growing and growing and growing, and I don't see those, when we hit 1.5 to 1.8 this year, then the next year is to go to 2.5. We're not looking at making just small jumps. We want to keep growing in big ways. And I want people that are looking for that. That doesn't mean that people that we're hiring are trying to become millionaires, but they want to improve their lot in life. They want to be able to have a better car, to be able to have a nicer house, to have spare cash, to not be, driving a beat down vehicle or beat up vehicle. Confidence is another core value for us, because confidence in yourself, confident in what you know, what you don't know, confident that you can find answers to things that you don't know. It's a big difference than being cocky. Cocky is having too much faith in yourself that's not backed up by the actual truth of it. Gets to borderline arrogance. That's why confidence. And we've got the guy who did 10 grand. He lacks some confidence, or he lacks some experience, and so he lacks some confidence in some things. But he's confident in what he can do, and he's also very quick to be like, Rob, I don't know what I'm doing here. Don't pretend to be confident on something you don't know. Resilience. you know what, we all deal with adversity in our lives. We all have things going on. Um, we've had more than enough people that have been working here that have gone through a divorce or that are dealing with health issues or dealing with drama at home or whatever else going on in life with their kids or things. And unfortunately, with divorce, you're dealing with um, custody battles, all that kind of unfun stuff. Uh, but it's all in how we handle that. What do we do? Does that make you curl up in a ball and get underneath the desk or whatever, and you can't get to work? You're mentally checked out, or do you show up every day? You leave that stuff at the door. Um, when you feel a little under the weather, do you still come to work, or do you say, "Oh, I got a temperature. I can't come in. I'm at 99.2, and I'm just really worried." You know, and then the whole team player thing. And I've always been a firm believer that know your job, but also know how to do the other jobs around you. You know, you have to be, if you're a helper, be able to know how to do the lead's job. The lead needs to make sure the helper knows how to do their job so that if something happens, they can step in and take over. If you're out for a day, that somebody else is ready, willing, and able to step up into that role. Um, it also helps us to be able to better understand where somebody is struggling with something. If we understand their role, we can see, okay, yes, that's why you're struggling with that. Okay, let's figure this out. Um, Everybody doing their part in the team. So again, all of this has been really helpful. We've got you guys know that I do the interview gauntlets and everything. I interviewed like 9 or 10 people for the office position. Did 2 second interviews because I did the initial ones all with me. Had Andy sit on the other 2. He actually basically ran the other 2 to make sure that that would be a good fit. Because ultimately, I can usually get along with most people. Making sure that Andy and that person could build quick rapport and have a good, healthy relationship is so vital to us in the business. And there were some people that came in, they had no drive. Okay, saw that very quickly. Saw some without the confidence, or some with overconfidence. We had a couple that came in that a bit more arrogant, quite frankly. And I would say it was arrogant and didn't quite seem accurately placed. Team player, I think everybody can at least talk a good game about being that, and the whole, I'm a quick learner. Okay, well, everybody says they're a quick learner. Nobody says I take a long time to figure stuff out. Really, who's going to say that in an interview? But checking those things, looking for that, and then it's also great when you do make a hire that doesn't fit your core values. And if you're clear about it with the rest of your team, they're going to tell you, hey, so and so's just not working out, and really, man, they're missing this core value. They don't show drive. This person's just moping along. They don't really care. Like, that's not the kind of person we want, or the person who is quick to blame everybody else when they're failing. It's always somebody else's fault for why a job took way longer. It's not their lack of resourcefulness. So those things all help us figure out what's going on. And it gives you just that ability to give you a benchmark, give you a couple things that you can look at and say, yes, this person has drive. Yes, this person has confidence. Yes, this person is a team player. Yes, they've been resilient. And we're looking to uncover that stuff, obviously, in the interview as well, but those things have all been super helpful for us. So get those nailed down. You're not etching these in stone. They can change, and I'm still kind of battling back and forth about a 5th one, which is, quite frankly, it's care. Do you care about the final outcome? Do you care about your coworkers? Do you care about taking care of the equipment? It could also be called give a crap or give us something else. But that's kind of one of the things that's where we're at. So I hope this helps, guys. Come up with some core values, write them down, communicate them to your team, or as you build a team, communicate that, but also use that as a guiding principle to figure out who's a good fit and who's not. See ya.